Welcome to YT101. Today we're going to talk about feature story. Feature story. Okay. Now, right here. Feature are not meant to deliver a news firsthand. Okay. They do contain elements of news, yeah, but their main function is to humanize. The key word is humanize, to add color and to educate, entertain, okay, illuminate, okay. They often recap major news that was reported in a previous news cycle. Feature often, okay, profile people who made it to the news, okay. Explain events that move or shape the news. Events, for example, COVID-19. Okay. Analyze what is happening in the world, nation, and community. What happens in the world now basically is the worldwide recession, economic recession. Okay. If in Malaysia, it's about the high price of commodities. For example, the cooking oil, okay, the chicken, the egg price, and everything, okay, in Malaysia. Teach an audience how to do something, okay. Suggest better ways to live. Examine trends and also to entertain. Okay, these are some examples of what is feature writing, okay. To follow up what has been reported in the news, to follow up lah. So we can all say this a feature story, okay. Next, right. A news story can be hard, chronicalized, and consciously as possible to the 5W1H. In the meantime, soft news such as the widespread popularity of tattooing among athletes. Athletes love to do tattoo. Okay, especially nowadays, you can see a lot of swimmers, yeah, swimmers and divers. They like to do tattoos on their bodies. Previously, you don't see so much of divers or swimmers in Olympics or any sports events doing tattoos. Yeah? Right? And examples. Yeah, examples. Feature stories are often written on these soft news events. Yeah, soft news events. For example, news reporting that is not too serious but has news elements in it. Okay, right. Next. Okay. Example. Example here. Quote: as a girl jumping off a log in the streams running behind her house, Anne Montgomery never dreamt she would leap into the spotlight of Olympic diving competition. Sound familiar, right? Just like our dear Dato' Panelila Renong. Sounds familiar. Yeah? That's how you see in terms of feature story. Okay, the facts is there, but the way to interpret the story, the way it is to be led, so that the readers feel interesting, okay, is different. Yeah, it's different because most news broadcasters or publication combine the two to reach the wider audience. Means hard news and soft news are combined to make interest of the viewers and readers as well. Okay, now today's media use many factors to determine what events they want to report, including timeliness, proximity, consequences, the perceived interest of the audience, competition, editorial goals, and the influence of advertisers. Now, the last part, influence of advertisers, is important because advertisers pay for the newspaper, TV station, radio station, example, for keep them running. because they earn the revenue of advertisement from advertisers. Advertisers like Shell, Petronas, Maggi, DG, Maxis, you name it. They are the ones who invest in terms of buying the time and space of advertisement on the media. Okay, means when you do your feature story, make sure that it has the elements that can be combined with the messages of advertising at the moment. Example, you want to do something about berbuka puasa. Okay, berbuka puasa, the menu itself. So the menu may be chicken. Okay, that's your feature story, because it is, for example, it's trending nowadays about this Korean hot spicy chicken. So your feature story is about how to do a Korean spicy chicken. At the same time, KFC launched its KFC version of Korean spicy chicken. You see what I mean? So we have this correlation between one to the next. Okay, so this is all about the influence of advertiser and how you play along as a part of the content itself, as a part of a feature story. Okay, feature story. Okay, example just now. Next, types of feature. Number one, personality profile is written to bring an audience closer to a person in or out of the news, interviews, and observation. Okay, as well as creative writing, okay, are used to paint a vivid picture of the person. Okay, of the person. All right. So this is especially true. Personalized profile. Okay, you want to make the personality appealing. You have to look into the history, look into the background very closely. Human interest stories. Yeah, human interest stories is written to show a subject's oddity and its practicality, emotional and entertainment value. Human interest. Everyone loves to see this human interest. The success of someone, for example, an OKU, successful in life, okay, without hands, without legs, for example, or speech impediment or hearing loss, they succeed by using all their remaining senses to stay alive, to be there, to be on the top of everything. Example here under human interest, so that when they read this, they're going to be motivated to change their life and saying that if this person, OKU, can do so much, why not me? A person who has everything, hands, legs, okay, and can still standing, breathing normally, what can I do? Example, okay, to ensure that everything goes smoothly. Trend stories. Okay, a trend story examines people, things, or organizations that are having an impact on society. Trend stories are popular because people are excited to read or heard, okay, about it. Trend stories. Yeah? Trend stories. For example, today's trend, today's kids trend are different from those living in the 80s or 90s. Okay, their trends are different. For example, they play late at night, rollerblading, skateboarding, whatever it is, futsal. They play late at night, 8 o'clock till 12 or 1, which may cause some difficulties, troubles in their health, but they don't really care because they're living into this kind of world. Example. Yeah? Now, backstories. Backstories. Okay, a backgrounder, also called an analytic piece. Okay, adds meaning to current issues in the news for explaining them further. These articles bring an audience up to date, explain how the country, this organization, this person happens to be where they are. Backgrounder, a backgrounder. Okay, means that you know something about the place. You write it first before you start analyzing. Okay, before you start analyzing, you write the place first through your knowledge, through experience, then you start to follow up. Okay, then start follow up. Right. Now, writing and organizing feature stories. Yeah? Feature writers seldom use the inverted pyramid. Okay, usually being used by journalists. They seldom do that one. Yeah. Now, instead, they may write chronologically that builds to the climax at the end, a narrative, a first-person article, but one of their own experience, or a combination of this experience, first-hand experience, and also what they experience now. That's under the keywords are the keywords being said. Yeah, their stories are held strongly by a thread, and often end when the lead started, okay, and everything start to cease off. Yeah. Then number 2, choose a theme. Okay, the theme is similar to the thesis of a secondary paper. Scholarly paper, and provide unity and cohesive to the piece. Yeah, to the piece. Okay, it should not be too broad or too narrow. Okay, several factors come to play when doing this. Okay, because it is very delicate process. Okay, and also it will take some time in adding in all of it. Right. So back to the next slide. Yeah, write a lead that invite an audience into the story. Yeah, a summary may not be the best lead for a feature. Yeah, a lead block of 1 or 2 paragraph often begins a feature. Okay, right, rather than put the news elements of the story in the lead, the feature writer use it at the middle. Okay, at the middle of it. Yeah. Okay. The body provides vital information when it educates, entertains, and emotionally ties an audience to the ship. Okay, to the ship. Right? And to the ship in terms of the storyline itself. Okay, storyline, transition, dialogue, and the voice. Okay. Now, apart from that, provide vital background information. Okay, write clear, conscious substance, and clear everything lah. If possible, clear everything under write clear, conscious sentence. Number 2, use a thread, connect and beginning, the body, and conscious and conclusion of the story. Yeah? Connect the 3. Okay, because a feature generally runs longer than a news story, it is effective to weave through all of this to make it more clear and to make it more complete. Okay. Okay, right. Use threads. Use transition. Okay, transition. Connect paragraph with transition words, paraphrases, and direct quotation. Yeah? Transition is particularly important in a long tenure examination, several people or events, because it is the tool whether we are to cook whatever it is. This is the tool we use. Okay. Okay. Now next, use dialogue with possible dialogue. Yeah, so feature writers, like fictional writers, often use dialogue to keep a story moving. Of course, feature writers cannot make up dialogue, they listen to it during the reporting process. Now they have the disadvantage of not knowing how to do it, but the program leader knows how to craft one for them. Okay. All right. Establish a voice. Yeah. Establish a voice, and also congratulate with a quotation for another. Okay. Another program under feature writing. Yeah. Conclude with a quotation for another part of the thread. Feature can be trade off like a news story, and can be contributed versus a climax. Okay. Right. With that, we finish our feature story. Okay, and forgive me if there is some pauses here and there due to the fact that I have to wait for the computer to browse here and there. But hopefully, what you've learned for the starting of it, yeah, for the day, will be beneficial and will help you in your studies as well. So thank you very much, and see you guys in the next video. Class dismissed.